If we don't take our country back, we're not going to have a country. It's literally, we're not going to have, it's total chaos. It's a mess. Every single thing you see in the news, Ukraine, Russia should have never happened. Inflation should have never happened. Every single thing, the way we pulled out of Afghanistan, where we gave them $85 billion, $85 billion worth of equipment, the best. You know, they're the second largest arms dealer in the world right now. We gave it to them, brand new trucks, brand new planes, brand new guns, rifles, 700,000 rifles and guns. Think of that, 700,000. They only need 40,000, probably not even that. So they're selling the rest, making a fortune. We left it there. And I was the one that was getting out. I got them down, you know, it was enough, 21 years, it was enough. And we didn't have anybody killed in the last 18 months. I spoke to Abdul, the leader. We had nobody killed. We had everybody understood. And we were going to get out with dignity and strength. Instead, I think it was the most embarrassing period, the way we withdrew. Not the fact that we withdrew, the way we withdrew from Afghanistan. And I think Putin actually saw that, and he probably got a little more ambition, frankly.
Let me ask you a question about that. You have really fascinating letters in here from Putin, from Xi, from Un in North Korea, and I can go on and on. And what I noticed, there's a common thread. You had a personal relationship with every one of these leaders, whether they're genocidal maniacs, whether they're elected, like Abe of Japan, who was a close friend of yours and was assassinated. And I want to get into some of this. What would you say your foreign policy is? Because I think people keep projecting onto your foreign policy what it is that they think they want people to think your foreign policy is. What would you say it is?
So I think more than anything else, and it was a very personal relationship, and, you know, sort of a weird situation. The tougher they were, the better I got along with them. And that's probably a good thing, because it was the tough ones that had the big, powerful countries, the ones that can do destruction. And when you look at what's going on now with the word nuclear, it's being thrown about every day. Every hour you hear nuclear, nuclear. You didn't hear that at all for 4 years when I was there. You don't discuss that word. That word is a bad word. A bad word, Mark, because the power is so unbelievable. This isn't a world war. This is the end of the world. I don't call it World War III. I call it the end of the world. And we have people that have no idea what they're talking about or what they're doing. I look at now what's happening with Russia and the United States. They just grabbed a reporter, which is unheard of. They're holding now a reporter. I guess that hasn't happened in many decades. What's going on? We are at, in my opinion, because of the power of weaponry, mostly nuclear, but other things also, we are in the most dangerous position we've ever been in as a nation right now. And we have a leader that just doesn't know what's going on. He just doesn't know what's going on. And we want to be nice about it. Everybody wants to be nice about it. But the world is at balance, and this country might not exist. I mean, we may not exist anymore, because we're talking about power of weapons that is so unbelievable. I know better than anybody because I got to see it. And we have people that don't understand that. And they talk tough when they should be nice, and they talk nice when they should be tough. I mean, it's the opposite. Everything you see they say is just wrong. And it's a very scary time for this country. And it's scary primarily because of the leadership. I get great relationships with all of them. President Xi was very close to me. He was right here. He was right in this room. We spent a whole weekend together at Mar-a-Lago, and we had tremendous talks. I made an incredible trade deal. Then COVID came along. I don't even talk about it. It was one of the greatest trade deals ever made. Gave our farmers and manufacturers $50 billion. I got $28 billion cash for our farmers, where they literally wrote out checks to my farmers. China did. Nobody wants to talk about it. I got $28 billion for our farmers. That's why the farmers like me. That's why I'm not losing Nebraska and I'm not losing Iowa, because they got, I mean, nobody ever even thought it was possible. 28 billion I got because they were taken advantage of and hurt by China. And I got it back in the form of taxes, tariffs, and other things, and with hundreds of billions left over. And no other president got 10 cents. And yet I got along with President Xi incredibly well. But I was stopping the rampage. It was the rape of America. That's what it was. It was the rape of America, what China was doing to us. And we had people leading that had no clue. They had no clue. I'm telling you, not 10 cents did we get from China. I got hundreds of billions of dollars. And I gave 28 billion of it to the farmers because they were really taken advantage of and hurt by China. And many other things. I mean, just USMCA, that's Mexico, Canada, got rid of NAFTA, one of the worst, probably the worst trade deal ever made. It was so one-sided. Now Canada and Mexico want to renegotiate the deal because it's a great deal. We shouldn't do it, by the way, because, you know, for many years they took advantage of us. And now we have a very good deal. I call it a fair deal, but they want to renegotiate it, meaning they're not happy. And nobody thought that was possible. But I would say it was peace through strength. I would say that they viewed us as a strong country. I think they probably didn't really figure me out because, you know, they were concerned about things. Zero chance that Putin would have gone into Ukraine. I used to talk about it. But he knew not to go in, and he wouldn't have gone in. They don't respect our country anymore. They don't respect our leadership anymore.